Hello and welcome everyone. This is Wylker and this is my Let's Play series. Thank you guys so much for watching. So today is going to be Let's Fix the Bad Builds Day. I'm down in my Ender Farm basement and this build was really bad and non-functional. And I've made it infinitely more complicated, but it works. So I want to show this to you guys. This took me like 2 hours to finally figure out what to do. I did it all off camera, and I'm sorry about that, but I hope you'll appreciate what I came up with. As you can see, first of all, a lot of my my tesseract and stuff have all switched over to the other side here. But here's the basic flow of items, okay? We still have the obsidian pipe at the bottom of the trap there. And then we have the regular pipe leading off of the grinder, and they come together into this iron pipe. The iron pipe hits our first diamond pipe, which sorts ender pearls to red and everything else to yellow. So ender pearls go over here where they enter kind of the logistics pipe system. And everything else gets pushed into yellow. So yellow is our disenchanter. So here's a disenchanter with a book. Actually, I made a bunch of books and stuck the books in there to test it. And so what's going to happen here is as soon as the auto disenchanter disenchants the item into the item and the enchanted book, it's going to get pumped out by this wooden pipe that has an autarkic gate on it. And that pumps it directly into this neat little block. This block is called an enchantment router. So an enchantment router looks at what enchantments are on an item and it routes it based off that. And that's from MFR, in case you couldn't tell, based off the artwork on the block. But what you notice is I have 3 sides over here kind of linked together, actually 4 down on the bottom. So I have iron pipes. I don't know why I did an iron pipe on the bottom, but that's okay. So I have iron pipes linking these 4 sides together. So I'm inputting from the top, 4 output sides, and we'll come back to what those do in just a minute. And then the 5th output side over here is on this side, okay? You notice there's another iron pipe there so that it doesn't try to pump things back into the disenchanter. So this side outputs into my network, right? See that? It's going to output into there, and it's going to toss it into the tesseract. Okay, so see, look, there's some boots right there. And there they go. So let's look at what's going on over here. You'll notice I have some armor pieces here: fire protection, projectile protection, regular protection, feather fall, and respiration on them. And what they're going to do right now, it's going to push any item that has any of those enchantments on it out the green side. So they're going to pump out here, and they're going to come around, and they're going to hit this diamond pipe. Because over here, what I want to do is separate out books. Because remember, not only are items going to come out of this disenchanter, but books also. And what this whole system is designed to do is prevent, let's see if I can find one. Okay, so like you see the sword has sharpness 2 and knockback 1 on it. So what would happen is if it went through the disenchanter, the sharpness would get pulled off of it, but it would still have knockback on it. And therefore I would end up in my system with an enchanted item. And that's what I'm trying to avoid. We're trying to completely get rid of enchanted items. So we need to prevent that somehow, okay? So in order to prevent it, we need to make sure that if an item still has an enchantment on it, that it goes for a second run through the auto disenchanter. And that's what this diamond pipe here does. Anything that's a book, and the book doesn't, the diamond pipe, by the way, does not care about what enchantment book it is. It'll just recognize it as a book and push it along. So anything that's a book is going to end up going out the red side here and end up in this chest. Anything that is an item, now remember, these are just items that still have enchantments on them because the enchantment router are going to end up back in this chest, which are then going to end up getting back hoppered into the auto disenchanter. Okay, so let's do a test. Let's see how it goes. So let's see, that has smite and fire aspect on it. So let's get fire aspect programmed. We need to find a sword with smite on it. with just smite. Can bows have smite? I don't think so. Come on, smite. There's a smite sword. All right, cool. So we're going to say if anything is fire aspect or smite, then it gets routed to black. Black's out the bottom. Okay. So now what should happen here is... Hello? Oh, I think I just crashed my server. Let's see. Oh, no, just lagging. Okay. So what should happen here is if I throw this Smite 2 Fire Aspect 1 sword in here, what it should do is slowly do its work. I'll break this for a minute while this is thinking. I'll be right back. Okay, guys, so my machine finished. You'll notice that the book and the sword got pumped out of it. And should have ended up in our pipe. Where'd they go? Oh, out the bottom, that's right. So here they come. The book because it has an enchantment on it, and the sword because it still has an enchantment on it. And those are going to filter around. Sorry, I guess I could replace these with gold pipes, but that's okay. So what we should now see is that, where'd my pickaxe go? Is that the book should end up going down the red pipe, and the sword should end up going into the chest. So the book's in there. The sword got sucked back into the hopper, and is going to end up back in here. So that works perfect. Now, the next thing that I had to do here, the reason I had to separate the books out is because I needed the books to get sucked back into my system. So I needed a provider pipe here, okay, or provider module, because the provider module is making that chest visible to the computercraft computer that's upstairs. So you notice that book's already gone. When it cycles, it's going to check and see if there's any books anywhere in the system, and it's going to collect them all and put them all into the whatchamacallit, the crate, the big crate, the better storage crate. So with that being done, what I have left to do now is, one, I need to go through all these chests and make sure I have all my enchantments accounted for. And I've got a total of 4 lines to do that on. So I think that's enough. I think between the black line, the green line, the yellow line, and the red line, I can get every enchantment accounted for. If not, this build's going to get a little bit more complicated, but we'll deal with that if I have to. I don't think I'm going to have to. So I'm going to do that off camera. Once I have it done, I will just show you the finalized look of it. I'm going to cover all this stuff up because it's ugly. And then I will take you to the next build that I'm going to fix that I've left broken for a while. I will be back in just a minute. Well, guys, I am back, and I cannot begin to describe how frustrating and complicated this build has become, but I think I've finally solved it. So the problem... To you guys, it's only been a few seconds, but I've spent over probably 4 or 5 hours working on this build now because there's just some mechanics in it that don't make sense. But I'll walk you through the issue. The issue is twofold. Number one, I want to make sure that all my enchanted items get completely disenchanted. So some items come with more than 1 enchant on them. You see these? So the auto disenchanter will only strip 1 enchantment off of it. The issue becomes that it's really tough for Minecraft to distinguish what's enchanted and what's not, and also the difference between a book having an enchantment on it and an item having an enchantment on it. And that's where the core of this build became really, really complicated. But you guys saw what I was doing before, where I was pumping all my items into the system. And you'll notice now, geez, I don't even remember where I left off last time, but I have 100% of my items going down this black pipe, okay? You'll notice I added the miniature red hearts to the ender pearls. Those automatically pump out of the system and go over into my sorter. The reason I have the black pipe, everything feeding the black pipe instead of it feeding directly into the disenchanter is because you see, like right now, oh, that's just an ender pearl. But if the disenchanter's in the middle of doing work, when an item comes through, it would get backed up, and that's a problem. So I've got it spitting everything out to this pipe. So then what happens? This pipe feeds all the way over. You'll notice my system pushes everything forward. And here's where we get to the core solution to this build. This diamond pipe was over here earlier. And the reason I had to move it is because initially, I don't know if you guys remember, I said on the video that diamond pipes could distinguish enchanted books and push them off to the right direction. Well, that only seemed to apply some of the time. It was pushing some of my books into the chest, but it was also pushing some of the books back up into the enchantment router up here. So they were ending up back in the feeder chest to the auto disenchanter, and that's a problem because it gummed up the auto disenchanter and made it stop working. I came back here this morning, letting this run overnight, thinking that it would be all good and fine so that I could record it, and I had a pipe up here full of like 50 enchanted items, so it ended up getting more backed up than it was before. So here's the workflow of this, okay? Items come out of the grinder, get spit down the black pipe. Now the first run through, they're gonna bypass this enchantment router. They're gonna hit this diamond pipe. Now the diamond pipe will sort them based off the base item, regardless if they have an enchant on them. That was what I finally figured out is an alternative to having it just sort the books, is it now it just negatively sorts the books in this red pipe. And any possible drops out of the grinder, and I think I got everything covered here, go through white, blue, and yellow. So white, blue, and yellow are just a loop, and they spit items into the into the top enchantment router. So the purpose of this enchantment router is to determine if the items that are dropping out of the grinder have an enchantment on them or not. It'll also determine if this enchantment router spits enchanted items back out of the disenchanter, right, because they had 2 enchants on them, it'll grab those too. And so again, this is just a loop, okay? I don't know why did I do that like that? It doesn't matter. So this is just a loop, and it spits it back into the feeder chest. And then the feeder chest via hopper feeds into the auto disenchanter. And I think this works. So I had to have 2 enchantment routers with every single possible enchantment on them, okay? And then the blue side, of course, is for the non-enchanted items, and they spit out and come this way. And then any enchanted items will get filtered through this one, get filtered via the diamond pipe back into this one, which will get filtered back into my feeder chest. And remember, this guy spits out any items with no enchantment on them into this chest, which I pulled its modules out for testing. But now with its quicksort and its provider plugged back in, all that stuff will get, I think, is that a glitch? That's weird. All that stuff will get pulled back out of that and put back into the sorting system. And it's done, and it works. This build was terrible, and it's the dumbest thing ever because all I'm trying to do is strip all the enchantments off all these items for no reason whatsoever other than I wanted to have a million possible books. And those, of course, lead to a different problem, which is how do I look at all those books and use all those books that are up there in those crates? But that is a build for another day, but I already know what I'm going to do, and it's going to be neat. So anyway, I went and replaced a bunch of these with gold pipes while I was working on this because I was tired of watching items move at a snail's pace through the system. But this huge convoluted sorting system will allow me to take any enchanted items, strip any number of enchants off of them, and spit the completed enchantment books and disenchanted items back into my sorting system, which will end up in the crate upstairs. Whew, this was a lot of work, and it gave me a lot of headaches, but I'm happy with it. And I don't know that I've seen anybody build anything like this before, so it's not quite as efficient as it could be. I think I could have had this diamond pipe one more over this way, which would have saved me a little room back here, but I didn't feel like moving it after I finished it. And this could probably be just a pipe more efficient, but that's okay. So what I'm going to end up doing is off camera, I'm going to come back in and fill all this stone back in. You'll notice I've got 3 very full chests of enchanting gear to get into this system. Also, what I'll probably do for that is make like a little hopper pipe here and just set them on the hoppers and just let them slowly empty into the system. But I'm going to run into another problem, which is that my animal farm is broken. Let's go talk about it. The issue that I ran into with the animal farm that I was unaware of is that conveyor belts do not move fast enough to pull babies away from their parents. So I was getting up in a situation there where the babies were just accumulating on the conveyor belt until they happened to turn into adults, and then the adults would kind of slowly meander their way down the conveyor belts. Well, the whole reason that that system is a little bit of a problem is because animals can cause tons of lag on servers. And at the rate that I was going to breed those animals, it would have been a major problem. So, Power Crystals initially went and put in the config file for MFR the ability to have breeders turn off when there's X number of animals in the pen. And that works out great if you're not separating your babies out. But if you're separating your babies out, the number of animals in your breeder pen is never going to change. And so that brings us to a brand new block from MFR called the mob counter. Oh, does it not have a recipe? I'm on not the latest version of MFR. I had a problem where I updated the latest and all of my DSUs emptied. So yeah, I lost, millions of items. It's been several days since that happened in real time, so I've been able to recover a lot of it. But like even here, I had well over 1 million charcoal, and now I have 45,000. So we're slowly recovering. The biggest blow is I lost a couple thousand gold, which is a bummer. What I've done in the meantime, though, is I built some more quarries. I have 3 full-size quarries going right now, and I probably won't run that many regularly. I really needed to restock on items. And I've added a couple things to the auto-crafting system over here. I added a iron into steel conversion from Tinker's Construct. And I'm going to end up building railcraft machines out of it. And I feel a little bit bad about that, out of not building blast furnaces, but not that bad. And then I built a machine here that just lets me build iron plates. I'm probably going to make one for steel plates too. The reason I wanted to make some steel is because I'm going to need to make some high pressure boilers here before long. You'll notice I already started building some. I already started making some steel. I don't have enough in there yet though, but we'll get there. Is there some more in here maybe? No. Iron plates and no. All right. So I guess I'm going to have to cheat one of these things in because there's no recipe for it. Does it work yet? Let's see. Oh. Okay. I may have to update MFR. All right. I guess I will not do that build just yet. But essentially what's going to happen is I'm going to end up making that area where the animal farm spits into a little bit bigger and using that mob counter to disable the breeders. And then once the babies turn into adults and they get pulled out, then it'll begin breeding again. So yeah. Okay, well, I guess since I can't work on my animal farm, what I will do is work on getting us some more power. So I'm going to build another boiler. I'm going to build it right next to this one. And I think we'll make a high pressure one. That sounds like fun, right? High pressure, full size high pressure boiler. Yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun. Okay. So we're going to need, what are those, 3x4? 3x3x4, is that right? 36? Yep, 3x3x4. and some more of those. You know what? Actually, I think I changed my mind. I think I'll build another low pressure solid fuel boiler, and I'll save my high pressure stuff for liquids. So I think liquids are a lot more efficient. Speaking of liquids, my tank room, which we've been ignoring for a while, is absolutely full of both liquid XP and mob essence. I need to build, I don't know, 4 more tanks in here, which maybe we'll do pretty soon. My crate's actually getting kind of full here too, so we're going to have to expand the crate also, which isn't a big deal. The steps that we need to do here is, let's do this. Oh, by the way, I put all my chipsets, where'd they go? Oh, I put all my chipsets and my pipes, my basic pipes, into this chest just because it's already hooked into my network. And so that way when I want to make some more pipes, I'm able to pretty easily. It can see all the items. So to get started with that, let's go ahead and make, I don't know, 3 more crafting tables. And let's make 2 more crafting pipes. Okay. 3 crafting tables, 2 crafting pipes. And so what we're going to do here is we're going to teach the system how to build our steam boiler parts. That's weird. Huh. Okay. Very strange. Import that. It's supposed to, I don't know why that recipe doesn't have a little question mark next to it. And then solid fueled firebox. See, that one does. Then we can import it directly. And I don't know if our system knows how to make a furnace or not. And that's why I made that 3rd one. It does not. Oh, you know what? We're probably going to have to... well, that's okay. Oh, I know why. It's because I had that interface open. Okay, no problem. See, now it works. Great. So there's our furnace, and then you know, I'm not going to teach it to make bricks, I don't think. Yeah, I think I'm just going to go make my fire charges and my bricks myself. Do I have some bricks? I know I've been burning what you call it, clay occasionally. Not enough. Alright, so I'm going to make some bricks and my fire charges. I think I still have powder, right? Where is it? Blaze powder. Yes, I still have 8 blaze powder. And I only need 3 for this. So I will work on that stuff and I will be back. Okay guys, I'm down here in my power generation basement, and I have, I did a bunch of prep work for this. I built my aqueous accumulator and some pipes, and I don't know, just built some stuff. So now what we need to do is, that's weird. Why do I have those liquid ducts going all the way up there? I don't think you have to do that. That's okay. So now what we need to do is get this stuff connected, right? Into there. Why is that one down 2 blocks? Oh, wow. Okay. Hmm. I think my fireboxes are supposed to be right there. It's all right. Not difficult to fix. Right, so my fireboxes go there. So my aqueous accumulator is actually going to go down there. Like that. Okay, let's get these things built. Let's see, firebox. And we need 9, right? And then while those are building, let's get our pipes run. So let's get, I don't know, 10 of those. And then a basic logistics pipe. We're going to need at least one of those. Cool. And there's our basic logistics pipe and our firebox and our cobblestone pipes. What is going on here? Jeez. Okay, so we do that, right? And then do that. Oh, you don't. I think I made a mistake there. I don't think you can feed the water into the fireboxes. I think you have to feed them into the steam boiler part. But we'll check it here in a minute. Let's see. We need what, 36 of these, right? Oops. I don't know why I hear a zombie, but whatever. Yeah. I think what we may need to do here is run this liquidoct like this. There you go. Just in case. Alright, so now our firebox can go back there. Let's see, we can remote order some charcoal. We need what? 1, 2, 3 stacks of that. And then we can grab our ender pouch. That's not what I was trying to do. Come here, pipe. Place that. Here's our low pressure boilers getting built. Taking their sweet time. 36. Cool. So now we can build 1, 2, 3. Ta-da! Water's flowing in. activate our pipe here. Oops. Oh, I probably didn't need to bring my own. That's all right. Cool, and there we go. This thing will start heating up. It will start producing power. And we need these guys. Right? And then we need to get our liquiducts back out. We need to turn some of them, right? We need to turn that one, and that one, and that one, and that one. And then get our levers on here. Good deal. And from here, we can put our steam consumer on, right? Like this. And then our energy bridge. And then our BC producer. I can turn our steam on. And that should do it. Keeps those stocked. Partial request, yes. All right, fantastic. All right, so guys, that is should give us enough power to do the next couple things that we want to do. Big boost to our power system. And then I've got good news. The mob counter that I was trying to use a minute ago, looks like it does work. I just thought it had an interface and it doesn't. So once we get that guy a recipe put in, or I may just cheat one in, I don't know. But next episode, I will go back and revamp the animal farm. And we should be good to go as far as resources go, because we are going to quickly deplete our ability to process all of our enchanted items if I don't get my leather supply going. So thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.